Growing fallout this morning over the second batch of classified documents from President Biden's days as the vice president, discovered in a new location, the second batch.
Suddenly, the White House scrambling to contain the story as Republicans, including our next guest, are calling for a special counsel to immediately investigate what the heck happened.
All right, GOP Congressman Jim Jordan chairs, guess that, finally, chairs the House Judiciary Committee and joins us now. Congressman, man, you have your hands full. It just got fuller. First off, what comes to mind right now is we have a second tranche. We don't know where this stuff was found. We don't know what was in it, but we know the last batch had Ukraine, China, and UK documents in it. What comes to mind for you?
Well, I think a ton of questions, you know, like the basic one. Where's the raid? Where's the pictures? Where's the special counsel? What's a batch? What's that mean? We know it's more than one. So is this 2 documents? Is this 2,000 documents? What's the location? Why was it lawyers doing the moving from the first location? I mean, normally when we move something, you get your relatives together, you buy pizza and you get a truck and you move things. But no, they had lawyers in there packing boxes and looking at things. So I think there are tons of questions. And maybe the most important is, why did they wait to tell us? You know, and frankly, what's happened since November 2nd until January 10th, January 11th, when we learned this information? So I think there's just tons of questions we have that you know, the press was all over this when it was President Trump. So again, I think the double standard is obvious, and then the tons of questions I think every American has.
Yeah, some of the questions are, you know, if China's giving money to the University of Pennsylvania, did they have access to this office? Exactly. Were they able to go in there and see what's inside the closet? Why aren't they telling us where the second location is? You know, with Trump, they clearly said Mar-a-Lago. They went and stormed in the doors when he wasn't there to go and knock down his closet or
Melania's closet.
Melania's closet and their son's. And then why is someone leaking this? Do you think they don't want him to run? Steve's saying probably not.
I don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But I do think it's interesting the location. Like, I think there's a broader question: who had access to the Biden Center? Who owns the building? I don't know. We know China money funded a lot of the activities at that Biden Center and financed a lot of it. And we don't even know what the second location is. So who has access to that? Who owns that location? I mean, tons of questions that I think the American people are entitled to have answers to.
Why did it take 6 years? You know, the archives room or committee is telling him, we need these documents, telling Trump that. It's been 6 years. Why weren't they telling Biden, we need you to bring back what you took?
Yeah, I think that double standard, this is the big concern I hear from so many constituents, is this double standard and the fact that there's no longer equal treatment under the law. And just in this area alone, we know what happened with Secretary Clinton when she had classified documents. We know how they've treated President Trump, and now we see this with President Biden. So again, that is what so frustrates the American people. It's why we formed this committee to look at the double standard and the unequal application of the law on American citizens. We want to get to the bottom of this and make sure it stops as we go forward.
Right, exactly. And, you know, there are so many questions about, you know, what did Joe Biden know and when did he know it? If this second instance happened before the midterms as well, it looks like a cover-up. But I think you hit the nail on the head as well, Congressman, when you're talking about who had access to these documents. We don't know who had access to them at the Penn Biden Center, and we don't know. Presumably, this stuff was at Joe Biden's house, which would mean like Hunter Biden would have access to it, and everybody in the family and anybody who visited. But the New York Post has got a story this morning that said before the Penn Biden Center even existed, and this is according to the Hunter Biden laptop from hell, apparently Hunter was talking to his agent at CAA about the upcoming Biden Center with UP, and essentially they were talking about the goals, and one of the plans was wealth creation. That's all it said. Wealth creation without an explanation. So it looks like Hunter was in on this from the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean, again, we don't know, but it wouldn't surprise us, you know, knowing what we have learned thus far about the Biden family business operation. I want to hit on one point, though. This idea that the Justice Department seems to get involved in all our elections. I mean, one of my colleagues said this in a committee hearing a few months back, and I thought it was so accurate. In 2016, they spy on President Trump's campaign. In 2018, they have the Mueller investigation. 2020, they suppressed the Hunter Biden story. And in 2022, they suppressed this information so that the American people don't have access access to it as we're getting ready to decide who's going to be in office in the midterm election. So, again, I think that is why don't you just stay out and let the American people decide who we want in office representing us?
Yeah, and the Twitter files are so revealing, too, about what was going on and what Adam Schiff was doing, decided that Paul Sperry needs to be banned by calling up Twitter.
Scary.
I mean, this is
Scary.
Unbelievable what the Democrats had access to the social media platforms. They weren't taking Jim Jordan's calls.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't be calling, but we're going to be looking into all that. This cozy relationship between big tech, big government to keep information from the American people.
Well, you took our call. Thank you very much for appearing today, sir.
You bet. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.